Yeah, so interesting happenings today with this huge explosion in Beirut. You know, I remember when I was younger, the devastation of Beirut. It was almost like a cliche, just for a devastated town. You know, where everything was just blown apart. And I believe that was the 1982 or 3 war with Israel. And it's looking a little bit ominous too now that it could have been an Israeli attack here. It's just a huge bomb, so sometimes these things can go up pretty big, but this seems to be an extremely large explosion. So probably Israel, but I'm not going to make any accusations, I don't know. But anyway, so there's a few other bombshells going off in the world surrounding the Chosen. You know, there's a guy going around, Christopher John Bjerknes, who is pretty much saying that Jesus is a psyop, that is a Jewish trick on the Europeans in order to subdue Europeans with false hope and all that, so there'll be easy pickings for the Jews. And he's also saying that Hitler was a Russian agent, that he was a communist operator, an infiltrator, an imposter, that he tricked the entire country of Germany and even Austria and Hungary and all the other places where Hitler was welcome, just tricked them like a child into believing that he was really a nationalist and that he was really against communism. Because Hitler wasn't really against Jews necessarily. He was against communism because he knew that was destructive, and it just so happened that the majority of communists were Jews. So he was probably against communism first, in my humble opinion. But, you know, this Christopher John Bjerknes wants to convince people that Hitler was just so amazing that he was able to trick 60 million Germans into believing he was really a nationalist when he was a communist. And he ran the operation the entire time, you know, for 20 years. You know, that even as a young German fighting in the war against the communists, you know, that he received medals for, I believe Iron Crosses, or, you know, he was very brave, he got shot a few times. You know, he was just a communist, you know, the whole time. He just became this amazing infiltrator, and just all of his speeches about Germany being Christian, and, you know, all of his writings and everything, they're all just a huge communist hoax, huge communist operation. And all the way to the end, when he was fighting and killing millions of Russians, communists, they allowed him to keep killing millions of communists, you know, while this guy was operating. For why, I don't know, but these are the ideas of Christopher John Bjerknes. There are others too, but he's the one who's probably the biggest weapon and the biggest bombshell in this area. You know, Jesus was just a fiction, a history rhyme, a nursery rhyme to trick all of Christendom of all time. You know, nothing ever came good, because Jesus was just a big trick. When indeed the only reason, well, the underlying reason Europe was so successful, number one, because they are so intelligent and hard-working, but number two, because they had that underlying moral guidance that came from the God of the Bible, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. And Christopher John Bjerknes just wants to dismiss those things, the Holy Spirit of God, and, you know, possibly misguided but honest resolve of Adolf Hitler. So I think this guy needs to be stopped.